come from Vishnu.
Yes, sir.
Highlight at least 3 problems which your area is facing.
When was Dogra included in the its schedule?
What is the major controversy in WTO related to agriculture subsidy issue?
What is the role of AI in governance?
We know China is a threat for us. Still, China is on second in terms of trade.
Yes.
Why we are not boycotting Chinese things?
So, introduce yourself to the board.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am Sonali Sharma. I was born and brought up in village Batiadi of Jammu district, from where I have done my basic education. I have completed my graduation in botany, zoology and geography from PG College for Women, Gandhinagar, Jammu. And after that, I have done a certificate course on remote sensing and image analysis from Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, ISRO, Dehradun. And currently, I am pursuing masters in geography from University of Delhi. And my hobbies include mandala art and reflective journal writing.
Okay, what is the difference between remote sensing satellites and communication satellites?
So remote sensing satellites are basically for Earth observation, and remote sensing particularly means that observing something without direct contact. And communication satellites are used for establishing communication with Earth-based stations. It is mainly used for communication purposes like mobile communication and broadband connectivity.
So your father is a farmer,
Yes, sir.
right? There are apprehensions that the kind of deal we are going to have with the US, this will adversely affect the interests of the farmers. What is your take on this?
Yes, farmers are apprehensive about the deal because of the allowance of some of the products like dried distilled grains and soybean oil, and also import of apples and California almonds are also allowed in this deal. However, the government have assured to the farmers that they are providing the quota restrictions, and there will be some minimum amount of imports that will be allowed, and it will not be allowed in full scale. So it will be in a limited amount. So farmers' interests are also protected through the deal.
So what do you feel, whether India has really, you can say, succumbed to the pressure, or it is a well thought deal with the US?
Yes, sir. So I feel that India has maintained its strategic autonomy, and it is looking for diversification of its trade through energy imports and also through other imports. And also it has just promised if it will impact Indian economy, then government of course will not allow trade and much imports from that. And also currently India is running surplus with US, so India will look into its interest and
so you want to say that India has been able to strike a balance between its economic interests and its strategic autonomy?
Yes, sir. I
You
agree
agree with
that.
this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you come from Vishnu.
Yes, sir.
Highlight at least 3 problems which your area is facing.
Right, sir. So firstly, Bishna is an agricultural economy, so it faces a lot of problems related to irrigation purposes. Mostly the irrigation there is not proper, and agriculture is rain-fed there. So firstly, irrigation. Secondly, transport connectivity. Somehow the road is not too wide, so transport is there, but due to congestion, there are a lot of road accident deaths are also happening in Bishna area. And thirdly, the economy is dependent mostly on agriculture, as I said, so most dependent on agriculture, so there is not diversification in the economy.
What about this menace of drugs, or you can say drug abuse?
Yes, sir. It's also increasing in our area, and due to cross-border infiltration of drugs through drones and other things, and also youth kind of inclined towards adopting to drugs. So it is impacting particularly youth, and also it has led to increase in crime rate in Vishnu area as well.
You did your graduation from University of Jammu,
Yes, sir.
right? And then you were General Secretary in the University Hostel for Women, University of Delhi.
Yes, sir. This is the current post that I am holding in my hostel at University of Delhi, because I am pursuing Masters in Geography from University of Delhi.
But that you have not mentioned.
I am pursuing it. It's not completed yet. I am in the 4th semester of my course.
This is your second attempt?
Yes, sir.
Earlier also you went
Yes,
for the
sir.
interview?
Yes, sir. I went for the interview.
So how you performed last time?
So it was good. The board was quite cordial, and I gave proper responses. But somehow I couldn't qualify in the final
Was
list.
it because of interview or your score in the mains exam?
So it was due to both. I fell short by 30 marks. So it was due to both. I scored around 155 in the interview, and mains marks were 830. So my overall score was 985. So I couldn't qualify for the final list.
This time you are hopeful?
Yes, sir. I'm hopeful for the best. Let's see what happens now.
Okay, Sonali, you come from Bishna area.
Yes, sir.
Dogra is your mother tongue.
Yes, sir.
So, when was Dogra included in the 8th schedule?
Yes, sir. It was included through 92nd Amendment Act in 2003.
3 more languages were inducted in that list.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. Bodo, Mathli, and Dogri and Santhali.
Santhali, where is it spoken?
Santhali language.
Yeah.
So it's spoken in the central eastern part of India, near Jharkhand and some part of Chhattisgarh also.
Okay. So, who was Sir Abraham Lincoln? You
See-
studied at a school called Sir Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, sir. He was president of US who led the movement for the inclusion of black Africans also in the administration, and he proclaimed 30.
Black Africans?
Yes, sir. I'm forgetting the real term that they are called, but they were. I am forgetting that name, but he led to the social inclusion in the American society. Civil proclamation was.
Okay, fine. You are into reflective journal writing.
Yes, sir.
So, how you go about it? What is the frequency of writing?
Yes, sir. So I try to do it daily, but if I am not able to do daily, then whenever something particularly or intriguing happens in my life, then I do reflective journal writing, and I write down my experiences about that thing. That if I visit some area and I like its scenery or something, then I'll mention it my reflective journal writing, that what I liked about that and what was my experience about that thing.
Okay, fine.
What is minimum support price?
So minimum support price is a guarantee that government provides to farmers for their agricultural produce, and for that government itself buys that much production at that price.
Can you tell us the impact of globalization in Indian agriculture sector?
Due to globalization, there has been a lot of imports from various countries of agriculture, like pulse. We are very much import dependent for pulses and oilseed, and also this has led to negative impact in agriculture somehow because of dependency. We are also exporting a lot of produce of agriculture, like basmati rice. We are one of the largest exporter. And so it has been both positive and negative impacts.
What was the major contribution of MS Swaminathan in the agriculture sector?
Yeah, MS Swaminathan is known as father of Green Revolution. So he has contributed to the success of Green Revolution by increasing the production and by introduction of high yielding varieties, particularly in the northwest part of India. The agricultural revolution that has occurred in the 1960s is contributed to him.
Can you tell us some plant hormone and some animal hormone?
Yes, sir. So plant hormones like abscisic acid, gibberellin, auxins, this is what I can recall for plants. And for animals like pituitary gland, pituitary hormone, then growth hormone.
Okay. What is the major controversy in WTO related to agriculture subsidy issue?
Yes, sir. So India provides agriculture subsidy like MSP. So in the WTO there are mainly two types of subsidy: blue box subsidy and black box. I'm forgetting the name.
Okay.
And
Last question from my side. Can you tell us the some tributary of river Brahmaputra?
yes, sir. So Subansri, then Tista River, then yeah, this is what I can. Manas, yes.
Thank you.
There is a recent controversy on UGC regulations.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about that.
Yes, sir. So UGC has issued UGC equity guidelines recently, and in that it provided for the definition of discrimination, and in that the definition it provided that there is caste-based discrimination that happens in educational institutions, and then it provided for other definition which is particular for caste-based discrimination, and in that it included only SC, ST and OBC categories, and then it also provided for the establishment of Equity Commission and Equal Opportunity Commission, in which the representation was for SC, ST, OBC communities. So for that, the unreserved categories are protesting that the caste-based discrimination can happen to any of the community, and so their representation should also be there in these commissions.
So what is the present status of these regulations?
Supreme Court has stayed these regulations, and it's no not being.
What is the main observation of Supreme Court? On what grounds these have been stayed?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact grounds.
In Delhi, we have AI Impact Conclave is there.
Yes, sir.
What is the role of AI in governance?
Yes, sir. So AI have wide roles in improving the governance structure of India. Firstly, it can be used improving the by using predictive analysis. It can be used in improving governance. For example, in various sectors like urban planning, it can be used to improve the traffic regulations. And secondly, to improve the environmental conservation. For example, we can spot various areas where most of the degradation happens. So we can analyze that.
Give us some example.
For environmental conservation. For example, if there is legacy waste, that there is particular pattern that is going on in disposing the waste, then for example, the in Srinagar landfill issue was in news. So we can analyze the particular pattern, and then we can find out the solutions that here in this particular area most of the disposal is happening. Thirdly, sir, various industrial development, for industrial development also AI can be used to attract more labor force.
Indian Parliament has passed the Women Reservation Bill 2023. What are the key features of Women Reservation Bill?
Yes, sir. So, in that Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam bill, government is providing for the reservation of 1/3 of the seats for women, particularly in the Lok Sabha as well as in the State Legislative Assembly, and for 3 UTs like UT of Delhi, UT of Jammu and Kashmir, and for Puducherry. And it will increase women representation overall in the lawmaking.
What is the duration of reservation initially proposed under this bill?
So, wow. As far as I can recall, it's for 15 years. Yes, sir.
Is there any provision of rotation of seats in this bill?
So I'm not aware of that provision. Yes, sir. So, but it will be implemented after the first delimitation, after the census that activity. Then it will be implemented.
Sonali, your mother tongue is Dogra.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the contribution of Dogras in India.
Yes, sir. So Dogra culture is very rich culture that has a unique cultural characteristics, like its cuisines are very famous in all over India. For example, the Kaladi of Udhampur is given GI tag, and also the Dogra culture per se, that Dogra songs, Dogra lok geets are famous all over India. Then the Dogra culture for embroidery, it's Kasida embroidery is famous all over India.
Tell me the contribution in safety and security of India.
Of Dogras. So Dogra rulers have contributed to the safety of J&K by signing the instrument of accession with India, and it made the state of J&K as a part of India.
Okay. So, if you talk about the geography, what is the basic difference between Hangul and Kasturi deer?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the difference.
Okay, one geopolitical question for you. Russia is an old-time friend.
Yes, sir.
But now we are aligning towards USA. Isn't it a surrender of India towards USA, or there is a, we can say, we distort the policy of NAM?
I beg to differ, sir, because I believe that India, by strategically aligning with US as well as China, is maintaining its balance, is posing as a balancing power in the world. Because
I'm talking about Russia and USA.
Yes, sir. With respect to India, right? Yes, sir. So India is maintaining relations with both Russia and US, and is posing its image as a balancing power, because no other country is doing so as India is doing, because India has maintained good relations with Russia as well as US. So,
but we are more aligning towards USA.
So I believe India is aligned with both equally, and it's not more aligned with US. And India is importing defense equipment from Russia as well, and now India has signed a trade deal with US as well. So it's balancing it very well. India has not criticized Russia in Russia-Ukraine war. India has maintained strategic autonomy even when the Europeans and US powers were inflicting pressure on India. India very smartly balanced that point as well.
Okay. We know China is a threat for us. Still, China is on second in terms of trade.
Yes, sir.
Why we are not boycotting Chinese things?
Yes, sir. So it's beneficial for Indian economy as well. The cheap production. China is known as the world factory, so the production there is quite affordable for Indians. So India cannot outrightly boycott Chinese products because it's beneficial for Indian economy as well. However, we are protecting Indian economy through various
But
schemes.
we have negative BOP there.
Yes, sir. We have negative.
How we are
BOP.
supporting India? We are supporting China.
But we are dependent on China for various important things, like we are dependent for rare earth minerals. China is responsible for around 70% of rare earth mineral production. Then we are dependent for APIs, that we are one of the largest pharmaceutical production in the world, but we are dependent for active pharmaceutical ingredients on China. So we cannot outrightly boycott that because it is supporting in one sense Indian economy as well. So we need to balance that as well, that we cannot outrightly criticize China also.
Okay. What is the difference between a sloth and deer? Because you belong to both me and Georgie.
Yes, but I do not know the exact difference between both.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.